At the core of productivity is your ability to be able to manage your diary, to be able to manage your time. So let's have a look at this amazing feature on how to manage your calendars, integrate it with either Microsoft or Google, and make sure you get those bookings and all the automations in place. So let's have a look inside. All right, so here we are inside of the calendar section, and as you can see, it'll actually pull in your calendar if you're in either Microsoft or in Google. It'll actually synchronize with your particular calendar as well. And so you can have all the different calendars down the right-hand side here, all the different calendars and different groups and users, etc. at your fingertips. So it's a really good way to keep all your calendars in the one spot. What is also pretty cool about this, there is an unlimited calendar allowance within your productivity hub. And so you can make as many calendars as you want. We have dozens of them. And so creating a calendar is a very simple process. You create the calendar. We've got a number of different types of calendars. So if you're a service-based visitor, you're a massage or hairdressing, or have a service-based and you want to schedule with different clients and different workers within your team, right? You can actually now set up that one calendar so that people can actually book in for a particular service with a particular team member and get all the information they need in that and automate the whole process. You have the simple calendars, your round robins. If you're running a class and stuff like that, if you're running events, you can actually have multiple people coming into that one calendar event and collective booking. So a number of different ways to be able to do things. So in this particular one, we're just going to go for a simple calendar just to be able to give you a bit of an idea how it works. And so what you can do in here, I'm just going to call this a test 6. And you need to not have any gaps in it. That just, all right, so we need to go number 7. All right, is that slug already taken? Yes, it is. So we'll go number 10. All right, so nothing's been taken there. How long is the meeting going to go? So is it going to be a 30-minute, is it going to be an hour? You can go as long as, however long you want to go with that. How many days is it going? So if you're setting up an event, for instance, that goes for a whole day, you can set up, your full time zones and just on one single day. The location of the event, you can put in there both an address and or a Zoom link or whatever system you use. And then you can actually confirm, what it is, or you can get into what's called the advanced settings. And so once you start getting into the advanced settings, I'm just going to create and confirm those particular details. It's actually asking for a name. All right, so this is test 10, I've called it. And we go into the advanced settings of this particular one. And what this now does in the advanced settings, you can now create logos and create landing pages, etc. with it. You can go into more detail about, exactly which days, the times. You can actually add some different times. And when you're unavailable, if you've got specific appointments going, is this a reoccurring meeting? Is, you want to set up a regular, weekly, monthly, quarterly meeting? You can actually do that by ticking this box and it'll ask you your frequencies. Your interview time. Now, what's also happening here is your different date ranges and durations. What this allows you to do, you might just want to actually have, a date range or how many days or how many sessions you want to book in a particular day and how many maximum people per slot. You can actually put in here up to 9,999, which is pretty cool. And also a buffer time. In other words, when you create your particular calendar meeting, you can then actually go in there and say, okay, then after that particular meeting, I want 30 minutes out just to be able to gather my thoughts, etc., and finish that meeting off before actually meeting. It gives you that space to be able to make sure your productivity is done. You've addressed any particular concerns or any particular questions that are in that previous meetings. And so this is a really cool little way of being able to do that. As well here, is you can actually now take up a payment. So you can accept a payment in here. You can put it in there in any currency. And so what will happen is as the person goes through and makes the booking, they cannot make the booking without actually paying first. So it doesn't confirm unless it's paid. So if you're doing paid consultations, paid events or anything like that, they've actually got to pay prior to actually confirming their position. And then you can actually run a test on it and then you can go live. You've also got the notification side of things, so all the different messages that they'll receive, their calendar links and different email connections, any of the connections, as I said, you have within your calendars, etc., and also some customization. So you can actually get quite complex and quite simple. So it's got a standard calendar widget. You can go in a classic style or neo style. These are just different settings. You can now tailor it to your branding and give it all the names and details you need to do. And then you can preview what this is going to look like. So a very simple testing system, very simple construction of your calendars. Remember, you can make as many calendars. And one of the biggest things, and obviously you'll save at the top, one of the many things we normally suggest is to make calendars for specific types of events or bookings. So for me, if I'm doing a sales meeting, I'll have a sales calendar. If I have a general networking meeting, I'll have a networking calendar. Now, you don't necessarily have to call them that, but that's what you would use them. Mine is called Let's Chat. So when I actually want to have a talk to somebody, it's just a general conversation, networking. It could be a sales conversation. I'll put it into the Let's Chat. If they're doing an onboarding call, if they're doing something like that, we'll do an onboarding. If it's a support call. So you have different calendars and they all synchronize so that you end up blocking out as your calendar gets full. You'll be able to actually test and make sure that people don't double book you, which is a really important piece. So really cool little tool. Does your payments, does your events management and everything at the same time. So I hope that's been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in some of the more videos here on all the different features within Productivity Hub. That is the absolute key to getting your productivity in order, to be able to control your time, to manage your diary and your calendar. That'll take you to the next level of success. Look forward to sharing some more hot tips and features within the Productivity Hub soon.